Peace from the east, y'all. It's me, Vonni, and this is a nice, beautiful pond that I love to frequent here in upstate New York in the capital. And welcome back to the Peace from the East YouTube channel. Like, comment, and subscribe. So today, I have some great news and some more immediate, not so great news. I'm like distracted by that dragonfly. And also just the sheer amount of disrespect of this beautiful place. It's just full of trash. This place does not deserve it. And visitors of this place should definitely have a safe place to be and not just be dealing with garbage as far as the eye can. My goodness. Okay, well, that's a bit disappointing. But that's what you come to expect to see in public locations, unfortunately. I do thank you guys for watching. Should I give you the awesome news first or the good news first? We're going to start with the good news. So I just started working, or tomorrow will be my first day. I'll be working Monday to Friday with this temp agency. I get to drive to Saratoga County, if you guys are familiar, and I just get to, do some very basic work outside of where I live. And that's kind of my preference. I do love seeing locals and all that, but there's something about working with a new pool of people that you don't see on a regular basis. You don't see them at the local gas station. So I don't know, I guess I'm kind of happy to have that experience. It's going to make making money a little bit more consistent, and I'll be putting less miles on my car each day like I've been doing with Uber Eats and DoorDash. So it's really nice that I'm going to be able to do this. It is a temporary job, so it's not going to be for super long, probably like a month or so. It'll always have DoorDash and Uber Eats to fall back on, and it is a temp agency, so when this short job is over, there will be other options in the future, so I'm very happy about that. So that's the good news. Now it's time for the awesome news. It is official. I booked my first surf lesson with WARMWINDS Surf School in Narragansett, Rhode Island. I'm actually really hyped, I'm not gonna lie. This is great. This is something I've been wanting for many months now, and only recently did I realize how achievable it really was. I mean, it's $75 for an hour and 15-minute or something surf lesson. If you need, they provide you all the stuff. All you have to do is show up, with your sunscreen and bottled water. And of course, I bought a new pair of swim shorts yesterday. I went to Target. Actually, I went to Gap, and then they had like a 40 to 70% off sale, and it was horrible. This particular Gap, it was just like the selection was poor and didn't really match my wallet or personality. But when I went to Target, I was more than satisfied when I found this pair of swim shorts. They're awesome. They fit great. They feel nice, and they rep my country, which is pretty awesome. So for me, I live in the capital, New York, which means I'm going to be doing at least 200 miles driving. And, that's going to be a pretty good ride, 3 to 4 hours, depending on how bad the traffic is going to be. I'm going to be going next weekend on the 7th, so next Sunday. I've already checked the weather. It's going to be partly cloudy, max 85 degrees. And I'm just excited, honestly. I don't think you can see the wave report that far out, so I'm just hoping that it'll be solid enough for me to learn on. Obviously, I've never surfed before. I've swam in pools and lakes and stuff like that. I enjoy the beach. I'm doing this as if that's the beach. I mean, we got sand, so kinda. Point is, though, I am familiar with being in the water, but as far as surfing, I am basically clueless. Just because I've watched some YouTube videos doesn't mean I know how to surf or am confident on a board. So there's that. But yeah, guys, this is the beginning of my surf journey. This is awesome. And the fact that as a New Yorker, I can start my surf journey in Rhode Island, it's just kind of like a mind-blowing thing to me. There was a bit of time in the past when I was first getting interested in surfing, and I thought, yeah, I'm gonna be a New York-born surfer. I'm gonna go down to Rockaway Beach, and I think I think in Queens, New York, down in the city, and I'm gonna just be like, part of my story is gonna be, yeah, man, I was born in New York, I learned to surf in New York, but that's not the case. To be perfectly frank, I did look into surf schools because I live in the capital of New York. So I did look into surf schools down in the city just because I wanted to be like a simple, streamlined, I didn't want to have to drive through Massachusetts and drive basically all the way through Rhode Island to get to a surf school. Some of you might be thinking, why'd you do that? There are a couple of reasons. A, I do not want to drive through the city, and I want to make it a day trip. I have a cat at home, which means I'm going to be, away from her for at least, near like 10 or 12 hours. So I want to make sure that she is able to be fed and taken care of, and I don't like being away from her all that long, to be perfectly honest. So there's that. Oh boy. Yeah, you can't even see the train because of how thick the trees and the bushes out here. It's insanity. It was a little bit more expensive at the place I was looking at in New York City, and it requires you to go through New York City and Manhattan and deal with all the crap that I don't want to deal with. It's really cool if you already live in the city and you have the option to surf. That's like awesome. I think there would have to be a really good reason for me to want to go back to New York City. I mean, I don't like the traffic. I don't like being, on top of a million people. I don't like I've never driven in the city, but I have driven in Boston. I've been to the city on like coach buses or whatever. And it's just a headache. Like, it's such a headache so often that I couldn't imagine sticking to a schedule in a surf trip to New York City. So maybe in the future, but for now it's like I'm gonna stay away. Yeah, guys, so that's the news. Got a new job, temporary job anyway, and finally booked my surf lesson. So it's only a matter of time before I'm picking up a board from Wave Bandit and hitting whatever waves I can drive to. One thing I didn't realize about surfing culture is that if you don't live within like biking distance or whatever of the beach, then you have to travel to where you want to go surf. And watching people like Ben Gravy on YouTube, this guy is driving and probably flying when he goes to other places all over the dang globe and continent and everywhere to surf. And I didn't get that at first, but now I'm like, oh yeah, that's what you do. You find a place where the waves are going to be whatever your preference is, and you go and check it out. So that's what it's going to be for me, going to Narragansett Beach. And in the future, if I end up moving to Rhode Island or Massachusetts area, then it'll be a lot easier for me to get to the coast. Just based on where I'm at now in the capital of New York, it is... If I want to surf, I have to drive. So it is what it is, but I'm sure it'll be worth it. Before I go, I want to mention, yes, I did purchase sunscreen. I picked up Sun Bum from my local CVS because A, my phone was on 10%. I'm standing in CVS. I'm like, okay, does it matter which skin tone for what SPF? And I'm just like trying to like Google all this stuff. My phone's dying. And I just finally decided on Sun Bum because it seemed to not have the bad, stuff that damages the environment or whatever. So hopefully that was the right choice. Otherwise, CVS got my $11 or whatever, and I'll be able to replace that with something that is safe for the environment. I don't want to necessarily put something bad into the ocean. With that being said, I know that I drive a car and that does damage too. I'm not over here on my high horse. I'm just saying I would like to do the right thing, but at the same time, my phone was dying and I just had to buy some sunscreen. So next Sunday is when I go. I've got a backpack already set up in my car with a towel, sunscreen, shades. In my closet, I got the swim shorts hanging up. I'm gonna throw in, probably should get a new pair of flip-flops because the pair that I have now are just flat and gross and don't really fit all that right. So I'll get a new pair. And yeah, I'm just super excited. So on the day of the trip, I am going to be leaving super early because the surf lesson is at 10:30 in the morning. So I called WARMWINDS Surf School earlier today just to figure out, because obviously I'm a New Yorker. I spend barely any time in Rhode Island, and I don't know what it's gonna be like down in Narragansett Beach area. Am I gonna be able to find parking? Like, what should I do? They recommended I show up early. My lesson is already at 10:30 in the morning, so I know regular surfers and all that, they're already gonna be out there, because 10:30, they're already gonna be out there. But I plan to arrive in Narragansett area, I hope closer to like 8 in the morning, which is gonna be real tough. I'm gonna show up at around 8 in the morning. Apparently there's like $20 parking, there's like 2-hour parking. There's a lot of parking situations over there that I don't want to be stressed trying to figure out where I'm gonna park in a state where I really just need to be there for like an hour and a half. But yeah, so there's some things to consider. It's not just driving and learning to surf and all that excitement. It is where you're gonna park, how you're gonna pay for it, and all that. So there's a lot to consider. And of course, I'm going to be focusing on this lesson. So it's not going to be like I'm going to be trying to vlog it or anything like that. In the future, when I have, you know, just more confidence in the water as far as surfing and I know what I'm doing, then it'll make more sense for me to try to set up a camera and stuff. But as of right now, I don't have a GoPro. I don't have like a proper, you know, vlogging stuff for water sports. So for now, I'll just have to share with you my experience and share with you some beach footage. I will do my best to vlog the beach and vlog the fun, but I don't know that I'm going to be able to actually vlog the surf lesson. How many trains are passing by this vlog? Alright guys, I thank you so much for watching. Please stay subscribed so you can see all the excitement coming in my future. I know, I've been talking about surfing for a little bit, but now it's booked, it's real, it's happening. I'm gathering all the gear. Mentally, I'm prepared. But yeah guys, I'll see you in the next video. For now, peace.